Here we are back for another episode of PopPlay. Today we are joined by the delightful Miss Colleen Coyle.
Hello.
We're going to be talking with her, and we're going to be talking about Trailer Christmas that just dropped at Comic-Con 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago.
Sorta.
Anyway, recently. So anyway, here we go. So Colleen, how are you? Welcome to our little podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, doing well. You guys have taken me out of my realm, the weather realm. We're going to talk movies, but yeah, I'll have a few things to say.
Excellent.
Explain to everyone what your job is.
Yes, what do you do here?
I do the weather, so I'm the weather girl. I track storms, I monitor social media, and I sometimes go out in the field, chase some tornadoes. But right now it's August, so my job's pretty boring, except today, though, it's a rare start to August. It's cool and we have showers outside. But yeah, so I'm the weather watcher at Channel 8.
Excellent.
And who are you, sir?
I am Nick Blackhall. I'm the social media manager here. And with us, as always, Doug.
I'm Doug.
And
Johnny,
that's right.
just Johnny.
So, Colleen, before we get rolling here, because you're also a meteorologist, we're going to do a lightning round of questions for you.
Oh.
Yeah. See what we did that?
No.
Yeah, lightning. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm kind of scared.
All right. What's your name?
Colleen,
What's your favorite color?
blue.
What's your quest? No, I'm kidding. That's
I was like,
Monty
wait,
Python reference. I'm sorry.
Random.
If you weren't working at WFAA, what would you be doing?
photographer.
Wow. All right. What's your favorite scary movie?
Ooh, What Lies Beneath.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
Kinda
a
random.
good answer. All right.
awesome.
What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Oh, ice cream.
Fair
Bluebell
enough.
only.
Fair-
Ben and Jerry's sometimes.
see?
The Listeria didn't.
No, did not scare away the true ice cream fans at all.
There goes our sponsor opportunity.
Yeah, right. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Johnny.
What is something other than weather that you geek out about?
Ooh, space.
Space.
Space. I love space, but it also scares me.
As in like the physics of it, the math of it, or just like
I get that. I get
general.
like an anxiety. When
Yes.
I start like look at the skies and like realize how big everything is. Like I don't know.
I can only look at it so long, and then it kind of blows my mind, and I just start thinking about galaxies and things like that. But I geek out about space.
excellent.
Solar
Aliens.
eclipse, total solar eclipse, August 21st.
Do you believe in aliens?
Maybe. Mike and I thought, my husband and I, we thought one time we saw some weird thing in the sky at the beach, and we kind of wish we hadn't seen it, because then you're those people that are like, I saw this thing in the sky.
I know a lot of people like that.
I don't know. I'd have to say maybe. I can't say no.
Excellent. All right. Tell us something you've never told anyone.
Oh,
I'm
oh
kidding.
gosh.
That's fine. You don't have to do that.
Okay.
God.
It was I know it was a lightning round. So you know.
Oh, I do have one thing.
What?
I had ice cream for dinner last
Hey,
night. That was it. So
Oh, see, I knew I liked you. Anyway, okay, cool.
Read
So
about ice cream.
did you?
Yes.
I actually ate ice cream too last
I
night.
had ice cream too.
Wow.
Okay.
We're all on the same page here, aren't we? So anyway, back to Trailer Christmas. Earlier this week, I bombarded Colleen with saying, hey, here's 8 million trailers. Go watch all of them.
and then remember everything about them and every actor and actress,
Yes,
every plot
exactly,
line.
exactly. So I don't really know how to move forward here, but we're going to start with what I think is probably the big one.
I'd say it's the big one for me.
What do you guys think?
The biggest.
The biggest one
It's
to come out of
all of
Trailer
history.
Christmas? Yes.
And before we start, explain what Trailer Christmas is, because I didn't know that.
Okay. That's a term that Doug coined.
Is it?
Yes.
It's a Doug term.
You did
A couple
that?
years ago, I started hashtagging Trailer Christmas. No, it was just when Comic-Con is in San Diego in the summertime, everybody drops their new trailers, and it's just ridiculous amounts of trailers. Usually, some people try to jump on it the week before. A lot of people do it as they to coincide with presentations that they do at Comic-Con.
Gotcha.
Has anyone here been to Comic-Con?
No.
No.
I went to the
Not that
Dallas
cool.
one. I covered it for a news story.
Yeah, I've
I
been to local ones, but never.
We haven't been to the same. We haven't been to the one.
So
yes,
I'm
in San
still
Diego.
bummed. I used to work in Palm Springs before here, and when I first moved there, everyone was going, there's Comic-Con in San Diego, which was like 2 hours away. I was like, oh, I should go, and I couldn't get off work. And now I'm in Dallas. I'm like, oh, I'd have to fly to San Diego to go to Comic-Con now.
Yeah.
But some of my friends went. That was when Twilight was the big deal at Comic-Con.
Yes.
So.
Of course.
Yeah, it's like we just need a place to stay. If someone can hook us
Okay.
up with a place to stay, I'll get us the tickets. We'll get in.
Hey, I got some friends in San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can crash on their
then
couch.
That's all we need. Okay, so we are about to take a look at the trailer for Ready Player One.
And
Go ahead.
let's set it up.
Let's set it up.
Yes. If
Go
you
for it.
don't
Set it
know-
up.
Go for it, Doug.
You don't know what Ready Player One is? It was a book by Ernest Cline that came out in
2011,
Yeah,
I think.
and it is a science fiction book, kind of, that is about in 2045.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody has gone into this virtual reality world called Oasis, and to escape the mundaneness and awfulness of real life, kind of what happens now. And
Exactly.
and it's just everyone's obsessed with the 80s right at that point. So the 80s are the cool new hipster thing.
Because of
Well,
Halliday's death.
is that
Oh,
getting
yes.
into spoilers?
Well, that's what I wasn't. But
Do I need
no,
a buzzer?
No,
Spoiler.
that's a key thing.
That's
is
the beginning of the thing.
The whole book is really about a billionaire who dies and leaves a fortune hidden inside of this virtual reality world, and it's whoever can figure out where it is or figure out the clues to get to it is the person that claims it. And
It's a Willy Wonka story.
yes, it is.
That's cool. Okay.
In 2045, there's nowhere left to go. Nowhere.
So
The Oasis.
you may not get a lot of audio for this, so look over there. We've all seen this, correct?
I was born
Yeah.
in 2025. But I wish I'd grown up
There's
in
your
the
only
1980s,
Spielberg reference in the whole movie.
like all my heroes. I live here in Columbus, Ohio.
So that looks
In
exactly like what I
2045, it's
pictured it
still
would look
ranked
like.
the
from the
fastest
book.
growing city on
That
Earth.
looks exactly
But
what
sure
I
doesn't
pictured
seem
it look
it
like
when
from
you live in
reality.
stacks.
2045.
And that's
We
really
call our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis. It's the only place that
music.
feels like
Yep.
I mean anything.
Already,
A world where the limits
Yeah, the
Self-aware.
of your own
The music
imagination.
really got me in this.
it's good.
performance. Iron Giant.
See, I knew nothing about this when I saw the trailer because I haven't read the book, and I was just like really confused but excited when I started seeing all this different stuff. I was like, what's going on?
It's crazy.
No, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
hadn't
be-
heard about the
I'm
book.
going to be curious to get your take on this too.
Mhm.
And see, you think it's over? No.
This looks very Matrix. Everything about this whole sequence, especially the green light that it zooms into in a minute.
And this sequence was not in the book, though.
Correct. This is a huge change from the book, in fact.
Yeah.
Hero motorcycle. Bigfoot.
So are y'all excited to see it since you've read the books? Because I know movies can sometimes kind of ruin the book a little bit.
This is about as excited for a movie as I've ever
okay.
been.
So,
That's big coming from Doug here.
Yeah.
You're like,
so as far as it, yeah, and I'll kind of go in this. Oh, there's the crystal key. I said the other day, I think I'm actually more excited for this than the new Star Wars, which is a big thing for me too.
I think I am too, because I kind of gotten my fill of Star Wars lately.
mhm.
To answer your question though, once
I
I kind
always
of
get a little
made
nervous.
my peace with the fact that this is going to be different from
Yeah.
the book, I think I'm okay with it because, of course you want it to be
Mhm.
just like it is in your mind's eye. But once I kind of made my peace that okay, there's not going to be any Spielberg references in this. It is going to be a little bit different. Okay, now that I've mourned the death of the book in my head, we can move forward with the movie.
And listening to the Comic-Con interviews and speech where they said the reason was to not only make it more cinematic, because the book has a lot of things that are very mundane to get to a certain point, that you can read it and it's kind of fun. It's a few sentences, but if you showed it on film, it would just be audience torture. So the instance they brought up is there's part of a quest where you had to recite the entire War Games dialogue from the movie, and you had to remember it back. And they said for us to do that, to have somebody reading off War Games, the movie back.
Yeah, that sounds
just
really
really
boring.
interesting visually. So they've changed the main quest to get to these certain points in the book to the more cinematic things, which is that race is one of those. And I actually read the script like a year and a half ago, and it was maybe a year ago. And
Oh,
I
so
was,
you know everything?
Because
I stopped.
he's one of those awful people who
I
went
can't
and
do
downloaded.
that. I have to go in not knowing anything.
I got it.
I'm with you.
I got that script a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I was reading that first reading to Nick and telling him about it. I'm like, this is not happening in the movie. This is a fake script. And so to see that race come to life, which was basically what the script that I had read, I was like, oh, there it is. But I stopped reading because if it was real, I was getting a little freaked out that it was so different. So I stopped, but I was like, maybe I shouldn't waste my time with this because it just seems too weird.
Right.
So, yeah.
But you also did tell me, now that you've seen that from what you read, like it felt
so much
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way it was really simplified in the explanation of how it read. It was very toned down, and it was like, I think the comparison was that it was Mario Kart. They were racing in Mario Kart, and it seemed very, very simple and didn't seem visually exciting or anything like that. But that looks amazing.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I just get nervous when they remake books because if you're really into the book, you're like, oh my gosh, is the movie going to do it justice? But I mean, it's Steven Spielberg, so that looks awesome.
Right.
Coming from the side that hasn't read the book, it looks really visually appealing.
Yeah.
If anything, it kind of scares me because I think about virtual reality right now and different worlds that you can already be in.
Yeah.
That actually doesn't seem too far-fetched, which is weird. It's like when you watch 2001 The Space Odyssey and you're like, oh, it's 2017 now. And back then they're talking about things and you're like, one day it'll be 2045 and who knows what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
So
We're in someone else's virtual
out.
reality right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah, actually watch
I
this.
believe that.
Yeah, you can watch this in your virtual reality goggles and get a little bit of that. So not knowing anything about the story, when you watch that for the first time, do you think that's cool? Like, what's your impressions of that?
yeah, I think that's I like movies that encompass something that's not so far-fetched, but I mean that definitely definitely has some elements in it right now that we can't even fathom, in 2017. But I don't know the whole premise, but it looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What about you? Because you haven't read the books.
Yeah,
either.
I haven't read the books.
Right.
I'm excited for it. It looks awesome. The VR thing, like that's the same thing as space. Like it kind of gives me this anxious feeling.
Right.
John and I are the anxious people about space and virtual reality over here, if you haven't noticed.
But I think I'm really gonna love it. And then what I told you two guys, we've had the conversation about like Marvel and DC and all these movies doing the big universes has kind of dumbed them down.
Right.
And I still feel like this is Spielberg coming in and saying like, this is how you do this in the correct way and still keep character within your movies.
And he said this was the hardest movie he's ever directed outside of Schindler's List, which is kind of high praise. That he's really busting his butt on this, getting this movie down and correct. And he took Jurassic Park and he did a lot of liberties in Jurassic Park, and it turned out awesome. So I have
Jurassic Park.
all
It's
the
one of my
hope in the world
favorites.
that this is going to be awesome.
I love the cartoon scene in Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
The
Mr. DNA.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes.
DNA. Spielberg does a lot of cartoon scenes like that, I feel like.
I did not expect that reference to come up.
I was like, I do
But I'm
remember that
super
part.
excited that we did that.
And bingo, Dino.
I know,
DNA.
right? So for those who don't know, there is an ARG that's happening with Ready Player One right now because
Explain that.
So an ARG is an alternate reality game.
Okay.
We're not going to do it justice here. Go look it up. There's a whole bunch of people who are a lot smarter than me talking about it online right now. There's little bitty things that are like frames long in the trailer. There's little hidden letters and numbers and stuff like that. That's all in the trailer. Anyway, there's a whole lot of people that are just kind of, well, and it makes sense because the story is basically a treasure hunt. So of course they would incorporate one of those in there. So anyway, go look that up. That's super cool. Again, be our first comment and, tell us if you're doing that.
We got some comments last week.
Yeah, and I've gone through every frame of this trailer, frame by frame, backwards and forwards, and have found as much as I can in the trailer. And it was funny because it's evolved over the last couple of weeks. There were things where people were like, this is this, and this is this. And one being that we thought we saw Master Chief from Halo in there. And it turns out it was actually Dizzy from Gears of War, which was super weird. We found Lara Croft. We found
What?
Oh,
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
There's
We found
at least 60 or 70 pop culture references just in
Wow.
that trailer if you look hard
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, I was a hardcore Tomb Raider player.
Like
The-
Freddy was flying around.
Freddy
Freddy,
was in there.
he's in there.
the 18 van.
The 18 van, Christine,
from
Mad Max,
from the movie.
the
Interceptor.
Thank you, the Interceptor.
See, when you're not looking for it, you watch the trailer and you don't
Yeah,
see
and that's
any
what,
of that.
that's what I figure a lot of people, you don't have the time to stop it and pause it when you're in a theater when you see this, which I
Right.
actually saw this on IMAX playing out this last weekend, and it was amazing, but they had reversed two parts of the trailer. They had reversed the Are You Ready to the very end, and they put the Ready Player One logo right in the middle between the two sections, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah.
But it is glorious in big, loud theater mode. God, I was just like, oh. It was like watching the trailer for the first time again. I was so freaked out. I was like, this is awesome.
Nice.
But nobody catches any of that. I'm explaining to people, and they're like, shut up.
So shifting gears, we have the next. What I'm going to say is the next revolutionary Michael Fassbender vehicle. Is that a thing?
It doesn't.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Looks really like. It looks really good. It looks like it's going back to
You
the
think
days
so?
of like the '90s serial killer, like really figured out.
Feels very
movies.
Fincher to
Yeah.
me. I think this is one of the most disturbing trailers I've ever seen.
It's
And
pretty
there's stuff
creepy.
that they show in this trailer. This is not even a Red Band trailer.
Mm-mm.
That I think is like really messed up to show in a trailer. I
Well,
can't
we're
remember.
gonna show it
a
to
So
trailer.
you
now
now.
that
Yeah,
now
so-
that we've danced around what this is the trailer for the Snowman.
Like initially, the whole way through this trailer, I just want to think it's like some new, really bad horror movie.
Which it may be.
It doesn't. Yeah, but something about it gives me a different feeling.
Think so?
Yeah.
A woman vanished last night.
This is based off a book too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just found the body. Prince?
I mean, let's face it, Fassbender needs a hit.
Is missing.
What else has he done?
Well, he crushed it in Assassin's Creed.
He calls himself the Snowman Killer.
Oh, this is going to make everyone hate the snow.
Should make your job easier.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that he's going after women that he disapproves of.
The only thing we know for sure is that he's playing games with us.
It's coming out in your favorite month, Colin.
Yeah, October. I've seen my fair share of scary movies.
Yeah, Nick said you were like a big
We don't know what we're dealing
horror
with.
movie connoisseur.
Yeah, I think it's weird to say you like them because they're usually weird, messed up movies. So I never know how to answer that, but I do give them a chance.
Cutting things up into little pieces. He's taunting us. If we don't
But there's
fight
so
him,
many different types. Yeah, this one's kind of in the middle of
Right?
a few.
Another missing woman.
there's something we're not seeing.
What matters most is that we
a
celebrate
long
the way
trailer,
this
too.
brought us together.
We've actually seen the whole movie.
You can't force the pieces to fit.
You could have saved them. No. Gave you all the clues.
Something about it just feels different to me than most of the other movies like this that I see trailers for.
See, well, I mean, the fact that it's nice cinematography and,
Right.
and it looks like the production value is super high. Just the disturbing thing that he cuts off their heads and puts them in the snowman is just.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Really
that
creepy.
first shot where he takes the wire and he is apparently pulling off that lady's head is just. I'm like, I can't even believe they can show that in a trailer now. Like that would be something as a kid would have bothered me forever. Just knowing that that's what that was, and I was like, ah.
I grew up watching a lot of horror movies. I don't know. My parents showed me a lot of stuff at a young age. And so, but I mean, but horror movies have evolved because,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, horror movies were, I mean, we're going to watch another trailer that reminds me of one that I got scared to death when I was a kid from the movie in the 80s, The Thing.
Oh my god!
I mean, it gave me nightmares forever.
Yeah.
And so some of those movies, it's not as much blood and gore that they are now. I mean, you have all those movies that are just really messed up, but it's just about suspense.
Yeah.
So I feel like that one teeters on trying to be suspenseful, but then it's kind of like a regular just serial killer kind of thing. And sometimes that just gets they can't go too far over the line, or it loses a lot of people because you're just like, that's just too weird.
Right.
This gives me a girl who played with fire vibe. What was the
girl with the dragon tattoo?
Yeah, thank you. Girl with the dragon tattoo. Like the foreign version?
Fincher?
Well,
Well, the foreign one.
Yeah.
Not the Daniel Craig one, but the other one. That feels very much like that to me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if it was scary or hilarious when you see the snowhead, because I don't know. I wasn't totally sold on this. I think you're right. I think it could go either way.
Concept. Yeah. For me, it's like to know that there's a severed head inside that snowman is pretty messed up. I'm
going to call it right now and say that is like the 27th most popular Halloween costume this year. Is the snowman head.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I wonder to see what people think, because with horror movies, I go see a lot of them sometimes regardless of the rating of Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, because you're just like, okay, I mean, it's for, to each his own. But a lot of times I feel like a lot of these movies don't need a ton. They don't need a ton of crazy music or gore or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A lot of the creepiest horror movies I've seen don't have any of that. It's just very plain Jane kind of creepy movie. But yeah, that one's a little interesting.
The scariest movie that I remember is The Haunting, the original one.
Oh, I've seen The Haunting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that movie scared me more than anything as a kid, and I watched, like, everything. I was watching, like, all the slasher movies and stuff like that when I was young, too.
Yeah.
But The Haunting has nothing like that. No gore, it's all
silent.
psychological.
Yeah, it's
all in your head.
Yeah, I still think that's I took my 13-year-old niece to see Halloween last Halloween, and she said, that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. And it's pretty amazing that a 1978 movie plays to her generation as scary as it was when I was a kid. Because I thought when I was a kid, that movie, I heard my cousins talking about it for months. Finally got to see it, and I was just like, that was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. And there's not a lot of gore in that movie at all. It's just a scary dude walking across the street, which as a kid, that's pretty messed up to look out your window and see somebody that doesn't look right walking towards your house, your safe place. So. Yep.
So speaking of creepy,
let's watch another one.
Yeah, this one is It.
Is this the new version of this is trailer 1? There's a trailer 2 now. Oh. And I love this book. This also another.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a remake. There was an old It, right? Okay.
Right, with Tim Curry.
Okay.
Which was the standard Intel, and I wasn't a huge fan of the original one. Like, it was fine, but. Whatever. Didn't do much for me.
Okay.
This looks terrifying.
This looks psychological and gory.
Yeah.
It looks like it just has like everything.
I'm not scared of clowns.
I am. I don't like clowns.
Yeah. No.
I think the universe revolves around you.
Plus, they're also getting like the Stranger Things vibe a little bit.
Protected and
if someone comes and jumps out from behind this wall behind me, I'm going to be really upset. If this is some setup, you guys are like, Colleen likes scary movies.
I wish we had thought of that.
Now we have new ideas for the rest of the guests.
Yes.
Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker. You don't even know they're getting closer.
Oh, really?
Okay, it really reminds me of Stranger Things.
Till it's too late.
Oh, yeah. I'm out.
From the very first time I saw the pictures of like this new one, it's just so.
Oh, I forget this is Stephen King.
Bad things that happen in this town because of.
I do too.
An evil thing.
Product placement.
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too.
I saw something.
The clown. Yeah, I saw him too.
Oh.
You'll float too.
What happens when another Georgie goes missing?
I just don't know if you're gonna see
Or
this.
one of us.
You'll float too.
Are you just gonna pretend it isn't happening like everyone else in this town? If we stick together,
The wind.
Wait for it.
So back to you, Miss Scary Movie aficionado. Snap judgment.
Well, okay, so what I think, I mean, children and clowns and everything that seems very lighthearted in horror movies is just terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think like some of the scary movies I also, you know, thought were pretty scary. I mean, it's children and I don't know. It's just, so yeah, that movie slightly for some reason reminds me a little bit of The Thing, the movie that I will never see again. I did not see the remake either. I still remember the nightmares. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind being scared. So maybe clowns though. I'm not a fan of that.
It just makes me,
Ugh.
I don't know if I want to, I'll probably watch it at home, but I don't know if I want to be like stuck in a movie theater watching that.
Yeah.
just bring up all that old PTSD from the first time we watched it as kids. All right, so let's move along because Colleen actually has better things to do than sit here and talk with
This one
us.
has teen partying in it. Just warning. If you don't like teen partying, close your eyes right now.
That's right.
So I had no idea about this until I saw it on the
It's
list.
big at South by Southwest. Or Sundance. One of those things.
So watching it, like, is there something wrong with this kid? Like,
there are other people out there, just like us, right? Look at the grazer box.
Is this in the future or like, okay, when I saw this one before, I wasn't quite sure where to place the time.
It's the first time I've seen it. I know about this.
like for me, it feels like kind of a demented version of Spielberg from the late 80s, early 90s.
Because they got the masks on, the gas mask, but are they in hiding?
There's something I need to tell you.
It's totally Homeland right there. Sorry. I can't see Claire Danes without thinking Homeland, but
It's okay. I feel the same way about My So-Called Life. Or, My So-Called Life.
oh yeah.
Really very big.
The reason you're here, the reason I'm here, is all just to help you.
Everyone says they're trying to help me, but nobody can find me the new episode of Brigsby.
There wasn't a new episode this week. This is about moving on with the rest of your life.
Try to imagine a hero.
Just be normal, alright?
Hi, I'm James. I really like your clothes. He's not on the bad
I'm totally doing that at your next Halloween party. I'm just going to walk around and say that to people.
Yes! You, Brigsby Bear, our keeper of the light.
Have you ever been with a girl?
You really want to
There's that teen partying you were talking about.
There's not a lot of stuff like this out there.
You're my friend.
Is that the guy from Lonely Island?
Yep.
It's Andy Samberg, yeah.
I really have no idea what it's about.
I know. I'm
It's a lot of
confused.
Saturday Night Live people. My feeling is from what I remember is that he's trapped in that biodome thing.
Okay.
And grew up there, and the only reference he has to the outside world is watching Brigsby Bear tapes. So when he comes out, he's obsessed with this kid show.
Did someone like kidnap him?
Yeah, that's like why was he in
family may have been born there. I don't know. I don't know
It's
the whole premise.
We have many questions.
Yes.
It feels like that could have easily have been a Wes Anderson film. I think.
Sorry.
Okay, slow down there, Chief. No, try again. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, I feel like that could have been a Wes Anderson movie or like a Spike Jonze movie. It's kind of that weird.
It feels like Spike Jonze. Yeah.
Maybe this
Wes Anderson if he was less obsessive about.
Oh no, I think that could have been a Wes Anderson movie. Like that
Yeah, it
feels like
feels-
subject matter he would have taken on.
Yeah.
It feels like the guys that did Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite was going to be exactly my next.
And then they
thing.
still
This
have the
is-
Stranger Things music in the background.
Yeah, it's
a little bit that.
well,
Yeah.
all the hipster movements, all
Yeah.
the old synthesizer music, because they have record players.
Also,
anyway.
also stay off of Doug's lawn. He doesn't like that when the youngins are on his lawn anymore. So just watch out for that.
But yeah, that one looks really good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'd still
me
go see
too.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This one, on the other hand,
So for some reason,
not so much.
Thor is Johnny's nemesis. So
No, I
let's
think
find
it's
out
just-
why.
I think it's just turning into Marvel. Spider-Man was my last straw with that.
Then I went on a journey of
Sorry, you have the girl in the room that's like, I forget who's Marvel and who's, what is it, DC Comics or
Marvel is the awesome one. DC is the cruddy one.
which one is Deadpool? Is Deadpool?
He's Marvel.
Okay.
But he's the fringe Marvel that
I keep up with Ryan Reynolds, so
Like
So do I.
Batman, Superman, that's all DC.
okay. A quick comic school going on over here.
Miss this.
So good. I'm curious to know what you're going to think about this.
Did I win?
No, I won easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Oh, that's true.
If you don't like the colors, it's the entire third act of the cinematic universe. It's going to continue.
It just feels like they're trying to play off the success of Guardians of the Galaxy by adding
Yes.
flashing neon colors to everything.
Oh my God. How dare they try to play up something that worked?
From a colorful comic book, there was nothing but colors.
Are y'all Thor fans over here?
This is such fun.
I'm all this Marvel Universe stuff. This is all.
To me, it really looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. Is Guardians Marvel too?
Yes.
He's a fighter.
See how much I just watch it and I'm like, oh, I like that.
There's Westworld.
That's right.
Oh
there.
yeah,
There's nothing of substance in this. It's just like I realized
lots
that
of colors.
when the lady would like yelled into the camera, "Here we go!" I was like,
What were you, the god
"It's
of
boring."
again?
Every other. It looks like TV. It doesn't even look like a movie.
Norse mythology.
We're the same, you and I. Just a couple of hot-headed fools.
Yeah, same. Hulk like fire, Thor like water.
Well, kind of both like fire.
The Hulk like raging fire, Thor like smoldering fire.
See? Funny.
So, yeah, I don't know how you can complain about when Norse mythology is like Asgard is literally connected to other universes by a rainbow bridge. It's all about colors. It's
I guess I don't know enough about it.
So
I don't know enough
Johnny and I
about
are
it.
like, yeah.
Bifrost is a rainbow bridge that connects the universes of.
I'm gonna get Johnny a kombucha tea and like some conflict-free waffles
Ooh, okay.
to
sounds
to
really
go
good.
with his superiority complex about hating Marvel movies.
So the director, I'm super excited.
should've.
I've also heard that this is the shortest Marvel movie ever. Like I was hearing, like it's maybe an hour and a half long,
Thor
which is fine.
Thor was the movie series they had to throw in so you knew who he was in the Avengers. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Thor movies have never been the best ones in the bunch, although I do
But I
like
think
the look of
is-
this one.
I do too. And this is the guy. The director is the guy who used to work on Flight of the Conchords, which I think is one of
Really?
the best show ever.
I can kind of feel that.
There was just a little bit of like
He-
you might like it. We're gonna get him.
He also did What We Do in the Shadows, which is a funny vampire movie, which has people from Flight of the Conchords in it.
Gotcha.
And he did It Was Hunt for the Wilder People, which is a movie I was talking to you about earlier, which is also a very funny, very charming movie.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No.
You guys need to get to Australia or
You're right. We should.
New Zealand.
We should.
Yeah,
totally
we
go
should.
to Australia.
Yeah. I go to Australia, New
So
Zealand.
as a comic book expert, does that movie appeal to you?
Yes, the comic book expert. That is definitely a title I will never carry. But I do like. I have seen a lot of the comic book movies. I didn't realize how much they're interwoven together. I guess when I saw them, they were just too separate. But I think that's kind of cool. I'm a Deadpool person because I like the
Fair.
to entice me to go see a comic book movie has to be kind of funny. I think that's why Guardians of the Galaxy was also a favorite.
And star Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Ryan Reynolds
let's
and
be
Chris
honest.
Pratt. So I mean,
Was he Deadpool?
He was.
yeah, he was Deadpool.
He was.
See, the things I remember from comic book movies, I can tell you which guy started them. Some of my
Ryan
favorite
Reynolds
actors.
is pretty dreamy. I mean,
He
I'm not gonna lie
is,
about
but Chris
that.
Pratt was pretty good in Guardians of the Galaxy.
True.
Yeah, get a girl in this podcast and it turns different.
That's all
different
right.
topics.
We need that. That's okay.
The girl from Atlanta is in the new Deadpool movie. Which
Yes.
I'm very excited about.
She's the new Domino.
Yes.
Well, I'm just over comic book movies in general. So.
I know. Well, you're over everything though. Like you hate everything all the time. We've already gone over this. You never get excited about anything.
Splatoon 2 was great. I loved it.
Yeah, take that, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse doesn't like it. Jesse's not a fan.
He didn't like it?
No, he said he
it's
thought it was
more
boring.
of the same.
See, I didn't
which
get
is-
it because I was kind of on the
It's exactly what I expected. Was more of the same.
Wow. Okay, now I trust Jesse more.
Okay,
Where-
so
we got-
Johnny, do you
he's-
get to pick the next trailer since Thor was not your picking?
Yeah,
I
right.
think so, and I think this is our last one. But we have a list of that we put together that we'll put in like. The,
We'll put our we'll put our
it in the
favorites out there.
description. But this one, I think we all will agree. We're excited for.
You guys do this?
Yes.
Let's engage.
Especially this opening video game. Yes.
Oh, God.
What's the deal with that?
We'll explain that
Nick
in a
hates this
minute.
game. I love this game.
And if you don't know what we're watching yet, you need to get Netflix and watch
Indeed.
this.
I don't think I know one person that didn't like love everything about Stranger Things.
Oh, I know.
Hey guys, do you see the
See, I would still put this in kind of horror. I mean, scary, suspense.
Interesting.
It's horror sci-fi.
It's a horror sci-fi,
Yeah,
which
I
is
guess I think
super
of it as-
scary.
I guess I think of it as sci-fi, but horror is probably a good call to some degree.
When we're talking about different horror movies, like, I mean, this one's a, episode by episode, but it's creepy.
Yeah, and the stylings and everything.
Mhm.
It's all like based off of
I saw something.
like early 90s, late 80s horror.
Obviously, yeah.
What is it? I don't know.
Fitting it comes out, what, Halloween?
The 27th of October, yes.
Woo.
Just waiting on
They're gonna break Netflix.
I know.
Mhm.
It's gonna be amazing.
And I completely dig this remix of Thriller.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
To terrorize your neighborhood.
Oh, Halloween's so close. So excited.
Sometimes I feel like I still see it.
Must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
Do you have a Ghostbusters thing now?
I was about to say,
I didn't notice
with
that.
a little Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
What is it, Dad? Not me.
Yeah, it is.
If you're out there, just please give me a sign.
There she is. Yep, can't wait.
Okay,
Can't wait.
the real question that we need to prepare ourselves for. What if this is awful?
Nope.
I
What are we
I was
gonna do?
thinking that at the
No.
very beginning. Like, what if it is awful? But I don't.
But it
think it's
doesn't
gonna-
look awful. It looks amazing. But I'm just saying, we are hyping ourselves up so much.
I think it would be awful if the people that were behind it didn't have some sort of like master plan.
Yeah.
But from everything I've read, it sounds like they know what they're doing. They've they
This
have a
isn't
plan
Lost.
for the series. Right. Or Grey's Anatomy.
Or Saw.
Yeah.
Saw series.
No, I mean that is a valid point because I have watched some Netflix. I just finished Bloodline on
Yeah,
Netflix,
yeah.
and they cut the whole show short, so they didn't get to finish their storyline, and the ending it was terrible.
Right.
So you're like, I've invested all this time, and then you're like, oh, stuff didn't get wrapped up. So I guess I hate to think that something like this wouldn't be what I'm hoping for, but I hope it is.
Well, what's genius is that we only got 8 episodes for the first time.
Yeah.
That's not a big investment in time.
Right.
It was quick.
Right.
It was satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think we're gonna get quick, satisfying awesomeness for this one. But I'm just it's always I get so excited about something, and then I'm afraid to even admit that it's bad. You just kind of because you're so excited, you just kind of like, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
How many episodes do you guys know? For the new
I haven't
season?
heard.
Assuming it's 8, but
I'm trying to think how big of an all-nighter I have to pull on the 27th. Like, how long do I need to allot to this?
I'll be happy if this is Guardians of the Galaxy 2 bad. You know, like
Yeah.
Guardians
yeah.
wasn't 2. I don't think it was nearly as good as 1, but I still
It wasn't-
enjoyed it.
I still enjoyed it.
It was enjoyable.
1 was better.
Oh
but
yeah.
2 was I thought very entertaining.
I mean, I think it's in general. I think it's hard for the second act to carry the magic over like
I don't know.
the first one.
I think this.
I
is
have
gonna-
high hopes for
I
this.
think it's
though.
going to exceed
I hope so.
They got more
I
of a
hope so.
budget.
exceed expectations.
Yeah.
And you're right. A lot of the sequels and prequels and all that stuff, most of them are never as good as the first one.
Right.
But this one, I mean, I think it's different with Netflix. I mean, you're doing episode by episode, so
True.
they're still telling the story. There's a lot of questions I have.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch the first season.
Yeah, that's actually on
Oh,
my
I'm gonna have
list
to
of
pull
things
2
to do
all-nighters.
like pretty soon.
I
Yeah.
think I've watched it like 4 times through, so I'm pretty well versed in
Yeah,
that world.
I've watched it once.
I just want this to hurry up and come out. It's actually going really fast now.
Yeah,
It's August 1st. I mean,
So as we wrap up, give us a couple more things that you're looking forward to out of the list of insane list of trailers that I gave you to watch.
yes. So this may come from left field because I watch a decent amount of sci-fi kind of random things, but my husband got me big into Stargate.
Yup.
And so he had been watching Stargate for, like 6 months, rewatching all the episodes. And then he was like, yeah, Colleen, they just stopped one day. It never came back. And I gotten invested in it. And all of a sudden I'm watching Stargate all the time. And I was like, what? Yeah, I was the one being like, whoa, where are they traveling to? So I'm watching the Comic-Con trailers and I am so excited. I need to text him because I saw that they are coming out with something with Stargate. So maybe it'll answer a couple of my questions. Nerd alert. I already had the glasses on. I mean, come on. I'm from the Weather Center. So
I'm with you though, man. I heard the music and saw the big ring in the sand pop up. By the way, we'll put the link to that trailer in the description.
I mean, come on, comment below if you've kind of been hoping Stargate would come back. Never thought I'd say that.
No,
I made
I
fun of my
know.
husband. I was like, "What are you
It's-
watching?" Now I'm like, "Yes."
Because in all honesty, it really wasn't a very good show. I mean, like really, it wasn't that
The
good.
special effects got a lot better in the later years.
They did.
The first time, the aliens' faces were just painted with
Not-
face paint.
Not good. No.
Not very good, but
No.
they've come a long way.
So yeah, I'm excited about that one. How
What about you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you excited for that we didn't get to show?
I really want to see the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
yes.
yeah,
Really good.
that's really cool.
Nick says he just can't invest in this universe yet because
It's true.
he doesn't understand, and I think it looks absolutely hilarious and awesome.
My other thing was Westworld. I have not seen
Westworld,
the first
of course.
season,
Oh,
but that
what are you
second
doing?
the second season trailer makes me want to go back and watch. So
Watch
I
it.
think I'm
It's
gonna
really
go try
good.
that. If I can find it online. Is it online?
Yeah,
It's on HBO.
And it maybe on the Hulu combo HBO
Has to be somewhere by now.
combo thing.
Is there a
Yeah.
combo thing?
Yeah.
Close
Okay.
Encounters digital remaster. Of course,
Yeah, I cannot wait to
really
see
want
that.
to see that.
Have you ever seen that in a theater?
No, I haven't seen it in the theater.
Go see it. It starts September 1st. Go see it in a
Ooh.
theater. It's like only a week.
Okay.
They're gonna do it, but that is the
There's
movie.
things from space, but I don't think any space.
That is
They're like,
yeah, that is the movie.
make sure the anxiety stays
That's
low.
the movie that pretty much defined my life. It scared me of aliens. It made me want to direct movies. It made me obsessed with Steven Spielberg. It's like everything in that movie. It made me learn about scoring, how they do sets, special effects,
How to sculpt mashed potatoes.
Yes, mashed potatoes.
That's a skill I need to learn.
It is unbelievable. It is still one of the greatest movies ever made. That's my favorite movie of all time, so I can't wait. I'm so excited.
And then Suburbicon,
Which looks
directed
awesome.
by George Clooney.
Yeah, with the Coen brothers writing. I
It
think.
felt
that
very
could go
Coen
either
brothers.
way too.
Felt very Coen brothers. I'm excited for that. I still don't know really what it's about at all, but it just seems really cool.
I mean, after Hail Caesar, which burned up the box office.
So, Doug?
What happened to Monday, which is the new Netflix either movie or trailer for, I mean, a movie or series. I'm thinking it's a movie, but it's Numi Rapace.
Oh yeah, Rapace.
Yeah, from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Prometheus. Anyway, she plays one of, I think, 5 or 7 clones in the future that they're not supposed to have multiple children or something like that, and she has to portray herself as the same person each time that they go out. So they're all named after days of the week.
Nice.
And so every time they go out, they have to portray the same person each time, even though there's multiple of them. And it's what happened to Monday. Let's see, what else am I excited about? Close Encounters, definitely, which I'm losing my mind over. We went through a list of everything that's coming out movie-wise through the rest of the year. Outside of a few things, everything looks really awful. So I'm not real excited.
I'm looking forward to The Shape of Water.
Oh, yeah.
The new Guillermo del Toro monster movie. And this is probably a dumb reason why, but for video game players, it's literally the most BioShock looking movie that's ever happened. And I know that may or may not make a whole lot of sense to you, Colleen, but good water, yes.
Not totally.
And to tell the truth, when I was watching the trailer, I thought it was like Abraham's pre-story from Hellboy. Yeah. And because I just kept watching it going, this is going to be called Abraham. There's no way this isn't that, because it's literally that, and then it's not
it looked really
that.
good.
So anyway, let us know what you want to talk about. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time.